Porsche cars and racing have been synonymous since the introduction of the very first production car, the 356. Porsche wanted to build cars that could be competitive on the track and practical on the road. Just weeks after the 356 was introduced, it won the 1948 Innsbruck City Road Race. Over the years to follow, Porsche has won over 28,000 races. Porsche has taken some of the most famous road races, from the Mille Miglia to the Carrera Pan America to the Targa Florio, inspiration for the names of some Porsche models. Porsche has enjoyed championships in hill climbing, rallying, and 3 World Formula One championships, but most importantly, endurance racing. No other brand has scored as many victories in the world's leading endurance races, including Sebring, Daytona, and Le Mans. Porsche also is a factory supplier of custom-made race cars to private racing teams around the planet. And just like the 356 way back in 1948, Porsche road cars are routinely taken to local tracks by owners knowing that their Porsche is just at home on the track as it is on the road. The Porsche World Roadshow travels literally around the world. They have 3 of these caravans that go, and it stopped here in Canada at Mosport just outside Toronto. And the best thing to do when you have a Porsche is drive them back to back with other Porsches at a race course. But this isn't just for journalists.
No, the great thing about this event is that it's open to consumers as well. So if you're in the market to maybe buy a Porsche, you get a chance to drive all of them back to back. And what better place to do it than on a racetrack?
There's about 20 different roadshows taking place in a year, with about 5,000 potential customers. And there's 3 kits, Porsche World Roadshow kits, traveling across the world at the same time, including 20 vehicles each. At the moment, there's one in New Zealand, one in Austria, and for the very first time, here in Canada.
I think people that come to this event will probably want to go home buying a Porsche. I mean, it's set up properly for people to really taste and feel the car, and if they're in the market for buying one, this is where they'll end up making their decision for sure.
So Porsche has 4 lines. They're going to add a 5th this fall. It's the Panamera 4-door sedan. Right now it's Boxster, Cayman, 911, and Cayenne. So going into this 20-vehicle test drive today, which one do you think is going to be your favorite?
Well, you know what, Zach, the first car I got to drive on the track was actually the Boxster S, so it does have a little bit of a soft spot for me.
Now, I've been on a few Porsche events where I've actually had a chance to drive the Cayenne on the track, which is quite remarkable for a big vehicle like that. You know what? I kind of gravitate towards the high horsepower 911. That's just kind of a guy thing. But the surprising thing about Porsches is I think a lot of their entry-level cars are still true Porsches through and through. So when you get a chance to drive them back to back, you realize you don't have to spend the big dough to get a really good car. You want to do what with the Cayenne?
Well, I'm really excited actually about getting the Cayenne on an off-road track. I mean, I know it's a sporty, great SUV, but I want to see what it can do off-road.
So we're going to check back at the end and see if our favorites going in
are the same going out.
The 911 or Carrera line is the iconic Porsche line dating back to 1964, and it is one of the most recognizable cars on the planet. It ranges from the base Carrera all the way up to the GT2. The 911 is the one Porsche most enthusiasts aspire to own. Base prices start at roughly $95,000.
The Boxster line came out in 1996, and it was a huge hit, quickly becoming the best seller in the Porsche lineup until the Cayenne was introduced. The Boxster is a mid-engine, flat-six roadster featuring 2 trunks and, most importantly, a lower price tag than the 911. The Boxster starts at just over $58,000 and the Boxster S at just over $70,000.
The Cayman came out in 2006, and it's based on the Boxster platform, essentially a Boxster with a roof. The sexy lines and more powerful engines make the Cayman the more masculine option for buyers who can't make the stretch to the 911. Prices start at $64,000 for the base model and almost $76,000 for the Cayman S.
The Cayenne was introduced in 2003 to much criticism. A sports car company has no right building an SUV was the war cry heard from auto journalists around the world. But sales have proven the critics wrong. The Cayenne accounts for over half of all Porsche sales, and it has a very strong following. The base model starts at just under $58,000, but top models can cost over $150,000.
There are 4 driving stations at this Porsche Roadshow. At each stop, you receive expert instruction on the proper procedures to follow. Once the station is completed, you move to the next. It all goes off without a hitch in true German fashion.
First of all, we have the section with off-road, where we go with the Cayenne, just to show the people how the PTM is working, Porsche Traction Management in general.
Not only did Porsche put a Cayenne SUV on the track, they dedicated a fleet of them for true off-road testing over some serious terrain.
Then we have the slalom, where we use the Boxster or the Cayman to show the people and to let them feel the central engine, the agility, the movement.
After our quick introduction, we put a Boxster S with PDK to the test. We all looked so serious, trying so hard, but it was our camera operator, Brian Chow, who was the fastest. Must have been all those years of go-karting.
And then we have the braking section, where we use the 911 turbo, 480 horsepower with the PCCBs. And the PCCBs are the Porsche ceramic composite brakes.
It's equipped with ceramic brakes costing $12,000 more than the conventional turbo brakes. Just imagine the beating the brakes take over this 10-day event. Then the car is packed up, taken to the next event. No wonder the brakes cost so much money.
Then we have a handling course. We use racetracks, global, product feeling, how it drives, the power.
Open laps on the track is the highlight of all the participants. With a Cayman S, Targa 4S, Carrera S, and Cayenne GTS, we drive as fast as we can, which makes for some serious fun.
Racing is our heritage, which is why we have chosen Motorsport International Raceway. It's the ideal place to demonstrate the car's capabilities, communicate the different controls, and demonstrate how safe our vehicles are.
All right, Lacey, we've been back for a couple of weeks. The roadshow was a lot of fun. Going in, we sort of picked the cars we thought we would like the best. You chose, was it the Boxster or the Boxster S? Is it still your favorite afterwards?
Yeah, it was the Boxster S, and afterwards, Zach, it's still the Boxster S. I mean, it's a phenomenal car. All the vehicles were great, but with the Boxster S specifically, you've got a great engine with a little bit more horsepower, mid-mounted engine, so it's got phenomenal handling. You really feel solid, low to the ground.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's one of the least expensive Porsches in the lineup, and my favorite, it's a convertible. I love it. But the downside is you only got 2 seats, so I think I'm gonna have to pick 2, and I also love that Cayenne.
Wait, they'll sell you both. They'll sell you a Boxster S, they'll sell you a Porsche Cayenne. So you're going to choose the Cayenne?
Zach, I think the Cayenne really impressed me. The fact that we got to take it off-road and then also get it on the racetrack, I mean, it kept up with all of those cars. I was blown away. I just thought it was fantastic.
I've had a chance to drive the Cayenne on the track a few times down at the Alabama Porsche track, where they have their Porsche driving experience, where you can go and drive any of the Porsches on the track. You sit up higher, and the vehicle really doesn't feel like it's trying that hard, and it keeps up with the Boxsters and the Caymans quite easily, but it's a 5,000-pound SUV. It's a remarkable vehicle.
And going into this, Zach, I think you said you would pick the 911. You still feel the same way?
I do, but I want to preface it by saying that a lot of people that like Porsches have this sort of snob factor. It's 911 or nothing, but I got to tell you, the Boxster S, Cayman S, are wonderful, powerful machines that handle and they give you the full Porsche experience for less money. So you shouldn't discount them at all. But after driving all of the vehicles on the track, I gravitated towards the Carrera S, just the rear-wheel drive, not the all-wheel drive version, and the manual transmission. Many of the cars we drove on the Porsche Roadshow had the PDK, the double clutch system, which is quick, and it's very quick around the track. But I do like the manual transmission, just rear-wheel drive, and that new direct injection engine in that Carrera S is awesome. That's the one I'd pick. I agree with you, though. The Cayenne is a wonderful vehicle. I like it so much as a family vehicle. We have one at home. So you can't have 2. You just got to save up. Now, the thing about the Roadshow, spoke to the executives at Porsche, and they said, when will it be coming back to Canada? They say it should be back in 2 to 3 years. So go to your Porsche dealer if you're interested in getting invited.
After the break, Zach and Lacey list their top 10 vehicles of the 2009 season.